Alright guys, so currently as you can see, capacity. Oh well, wait, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, but wow, interesting. So apparently, yeah, because it's like 32,768 times 2, so it's actually like more than 64 gigs. That's kind of weird. Anyway, so deal rank right now, guys, problem averted. I was having problems training even at like ridiculously low speeds. So the reason why I'm making this video now is because I was gonna just test on my own, but once I started to see like, you know, weirdness and quirks, I was like, maybe it's better for YouTube. So right now, I've just got like these on because I don't know, I guess they're good to use. 1.9 VPP just in case. And then I have these ordered right now just because I was having some training problems, so I left them ordered now just to see like what it comes into in Windows. I have this at 1.4 just to see where the kit maxes out, like in terms of like low voltage. 1.9 input and then 1.3 SA because it's dual rank. I'm actually might just bump this up to 1.35, but right now we did train, by the way. As you can see, we are at this frequency, so like it did train at these, like, you know, kind of like scuffed primaries. Maximus tweak auto because mode 2 actually can mess with training apparently, so I'm just leaving it auto for now. I've just got some like basic secondaries, and then I've got TRTP and TWR auto because I kind of sacrificed them just to see if it would train, and it did train, so I'm going to leave them auto for now. I'll go back there and adjust them. On determinations, just got these ones. I just added 0 to RTWR because it seems like the only time 34 works is like with my dock and like particular data rates, but everyone else, like on like a friend of mine that tests the master guy, I know they tested a Unify X from online. Other people that have docks all say 0 is better on RTDWR, and that was the original config as well given by Mr. Fox. So yeah, I think we'll leave that order, or we leave that 0 for now. It seems more universal, so I guess tertiaries are ordered because they weren't training. It wasn't training, so I'm wondering if it wasn't tertiary or what it was. It was something, but as you can see, we're getting in right now with, like, you know, some really good data. I'm just gonna walk it up and see where we get to. Yeah, man, training is looking good, dude. Like, I mean, training was really bad. In the beginning, I was like hitting 55 the entire time, so I was like, either it's DRAM voltage or it's the timing. So I was like, oh, what are the odds of timing, or I don't know. So, but anyway, I think this might train potentially. I'm just staring at the postcode right now. It's looking clean so far. No real hitches thus far, but oh wow, we're in. Cool. 7,200, boys. Okay, that's it. So 72's in, and that trained pretty clean. Will it be stable yet? I don't know. Obviously we haven't even set tertiaries and stuff, so I have to you know, by the way, new screen, so it does this weird like staticky thing when, not staticky, but it does this like weird glitch whenever it changes to like BIOS 95 hertz from like its default thingy. By the way, this kit's the 6032. I paid a lot of money for this kit, but you know, if it's good ICs, then I don't care. 7200, 7400, let's see. I'm just curious. It's not going to work, but let's just see if it goes. In. Wow. Okay. In again. Okay, wow. Pretty soon I'm gonna start considering going in and testing. Okay, that failed at 96. So it seemed like it was going, and then it just failed training. So I'm gonna safe mode real quick. Flex key. So I'm just gonna do 1.45 volts, I think, and see if that does it. But this one I'm pretty sure it was just a tertiary or something that was doing it, like, and that's kind of crazy. Like, just one tertiary often, like, with regards to like dual rank, and it's like chalked. So I hit safe mode now. I'm gonna see if I can do 1.45 for 74 or 7400. Yeah. I mean, this is still low voltage. I mean, we can even try 1.5 volts and see if we can get like 76 or something trained in a dual rank. Some Apex owners do 76 dual rank, so I know it's possible. Not this is an Apex, but yeah, okay. Let us see. I'm still gonna swap the dim slots actually, because should we do that now? Because that just failed. That just failed, right? It like barely failed 7400. So I'm wondering. Yeah. So guys, this is what I usually do. When I'm like very close to training, or like just a little bit off or something, or like maybe when I'm like in a memory stress test or whatever, what I typically do is I swap the dimms around just to see if like the dim swap fixes it. Now there shouldn't be reboot instability with these kinds of settings, so I'm just gonna boot off and drain power. And this BIOS seems okay, to be honest. I did change BIOSes. Just gonna move that. I typically just like tap something iron or whatever, just whenever I'm doing like whenever I'm touching the RAM sticks, just because static is not good for RAM sticks. So I initially had them in this like configuration. I'm just gonna see if this is like better now, or like, you know. My dim slots are so scuffed, man. They're so like, not sticky, but you know, like resistant, man. Like, damn it. They're so resistant. They're like so much like force needed. See what I mean? Like, you can't even press in the middle. It doesn't work. You have to like shimmy it and like, you know. There we go. Yeah, I know that wasn't like super clean or like how YouTubers do it, but like I said, with this board from the day I got it, you have to shimmy the dim slot. Like, you can't really get them in like, you know, clean, like flush. You have to like kind of wiggle them, not wiggle, but more like one side a bit, the next side a bit, and then like get the one side flat into the dim slot, and then like get the other one to click into place. It's kind of cringy, but yeah, it's whatever. I've always CMOS clear, like if you're doing dim swap parts or whatever, you have to CMOS clear. And BIOS is whatever, you have to. Not super long, but like, you know, maybe 10 to 15 seconds is usually quite good. Or maybe like 30 seconds to like a minute if it's like really necessary, like you really have to like, I don't know, man, like if you want to try and retrain the SP rating or something like that, or like maybe if I don't know, but on odd occasion maybe, but for now I think we're quite good, like just doing it quickly. Just make it look neat. That's fine. Okay. So the test would be if the 7400 attempt works one time, or if 7200 doesn't even work the first time. So I can actually try it both ways. So this configuration now, we're going to try 7200 again, just to make sure it trains. And if it does not train, we know that the previous one was better. But if it does train, then we'll try 74 and see if that works, and then we'll take it from there. So, yeah, guys, I don't think people understand like how important it is to like have the DIMMs in the correct slots, dude. Like, it's really important. Like, it's really the difference between like not training and training like, you know, insane frequencies. Bro, I swear, I could have sworn I just like saw a spider, like a, not a spider, but like a single like web string in my case. I'm like, what the hell? I've got a vacuum bit in this bedroom. Okay, so let's just give it a shot. This is 7200 again, 1.4 volts. XME voltage, by the way, so technically this should, like, you know, this is still like totally fine. If you're worried about like integrity and stuff, then yeah, this is all good. Honestly, I'm not gonna go above 1.4 volts because this board can't, like, this board really can't. It can't really drive like 1.45 to 1, like, I mean, it could drive 1.45 maybe, but like even 1.4 is touch and go. This board is just, it can't train a very high VDD2 value, so it just like, yeah, it's chalked, you know, it's very chalked. So I'm inclined to like stay at 1.4 just because I don't think there's a reason to go above that. It's not about temps or about like safety or whatever. It's more just like there's no real point, you know, you're not getting any benefit. Like the board can't do it, so it's whatever, you know. At least not one Osmus and not like VSTs, like not one Osmus stable. Maybe like, so that train 7200. That's all good. Okay, so that's good. So what you're seeing is something that my friend JD mentioned to me, that is that I might see that with Durank sticks I actually get better like sample variance. Now keep this in mind, guys. Back in DDR4 days, you know, you would get benefit swapping sticks around, but not huge, and oftentimes both sticks are pretty good. I guess that's because, yeah, Durank sticks should technically be binned better because they're harder to run on IMCs and everything. So technically they should be like, and they're more expensive. Technically, dual rank should be almost like how on Ryzen, like the 16 core and 12 core have like a golden CCX. Dual rank should have like better ICs on average. You know, you shouldn't be putting garbage inside dual rank because dual rank is so expensive. And yeah, like you typically want to give the customer value or something like that. Okay, so so keep in mind last time, if you guys can see the postcode, can you? I don't know, maybe here. Here you go. Well, you can see it, but you can't see the number because it's blurry. My res isn't high enough. Basically, last time it trained, and then it got stuck on like maybe like 90 something. So basically, in the last like 90s and those values, it's like the board's about to initialize. So when you get stuck on one of those values, it meant you trained, but like it was just not stable enough to like actually get in to, you know, BIOS or Windows or whatever. That just failed. I think that we have a winner. I think we have an answer. Yeah. That hit 55. Okay. I think I'm gonna deduce. Yeah. The other config is better. 55 didn't train, so yeah, other config is objectively better. So I'm gonna dish this real quick. No problem. I mean, it happens. You have to know. So now we know. At least now I know. Training power. And again, like tapping on my like sort of frame. just in case like a little bit of charge. I mean, doubt there would be, but rather be safe than sorry, right? This is going back on the inside. Okay. So actually, funny enough, my dimm came with like a little like infection on the paint. If you can see that. So it's funny, but that actually helps me tell which one it is. Because sometimes like memorizing SNs is quite annoying. So now I know slightly chipped dimm on the heatsink paint. That one goes inside, and then the other one that's more perfect is outside. It's I mean, sometimes I get confused when I'm doing like these dimm swap pots. I'm like, wait, which one goes where, right? I'm like, what the hell? If you guys are wondering why I'm looking at the dimms, is because I just want to see like I want to see if wait, let me do a CMOS clear real quick. Dimmers are out right now. CMOS clearing now. Okay. Telling you right now, bro. It's like one side of it, next side of it. We're good. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, for the fun of it, I'll try and train 7400 one more time, just to see if maybe like the dimm slots or the dimms weren't in like, you know, 100%. Maybe it was, maybe, you know, a little bit of remounting helps it, but I doubt so. It could be, I mean, you never know. As I was saying earlier, the reason why I kept checking the dimms is just to make sure like I wasn't knocking off any capacitors on the side, because there are caps there, so I want to make sure I'm just like being careful. So like I said, these are expensive sticks, so I don't want to screw up, you know. Like I mentioned before, like, you know, this stuff is quite expensive, so I can't really afford to like break anything. And as long as you're careful, like you shouldn't have to. So just give me a second, guys. I'll return in a second. It's my great grandmother. Alright, so this should train 7200 again, just fine. And then we'll give 74 a shot, maybe with more voltage or something. But we know now that this DIMM configuration is objectively better, just trains better. So, but the difference isn't big though. It's a small difference, right? But it is a difference. Like the one got a bit further in MRC than the other one, and that's the difference. Like that's enough of a key difference that like MRC is a little bit chop on the one config, and this one config. So MRC is just a little bit chopper. It's worth keeping them this way. MRC is everything. If training is bad, your experience will be bad. You know, training is literally everything. Like I like how on this config, it seems like the training stage just goes so much smoother on the postcode LED. Like you can just tell it's training so much sharper, you know. So much sharper. So let's try 7400, but you know what? We'll try a bump in voltage. I mean, look, this is nothing, guys. This is really nothing. By the way, sorry if you hear something in the background. Yeah, so anyway, you know what, we'll try 1.35. I mean, not dangerous yet. Like I said, 1.4 is about where you get a bit worried. These values are still good, but I'm just curious if we can get, like, you know, this to train. I'll try raising this a little bit. I mean, not like it'll help, but you never know, right? Like, might as well give it a shot. This at 420 should be fine. This is completely fine. This should be fine still. TCK 4, maybe do 6, you know, like, just because 6 would leave a little bit of strain on the IMC. But I mean, yeah, this dual rank like 7400 should be pretty hard to do, so it wouldn't be surprising if the IMCs are being strained right now. My SP68 IMC that you guys know, or 66 to 68, but all the same, really. It's terrible. Dog water IMC, man. I don't mind too much though. Look, when I saw my SP rating, I wasn't like super pissed off about it. You know, it was fine. It was good enough. What time is it? It is 1:15, more or less. Okay, so that failed at 1.45 volts for 7400. Didn't train at all. So I'm gonna safe boot. Now I'm not sure which is better. Now I'm actually a bit like worried, because what if the other, I mean, look, the closest we got to training 7400 was in this configuration. So I'm just gonna say, you know what, either they're equal or this one is like a little bit better, because usually you'd find like even the 7200 on a swapped around config doesn't even train, like on the worst one. So the fact that both are doing 7200 training in the same settings, like both DIMM configurations, is kind of interesting. I wonder if my DIMMs are like equal. I doubt so, but I mean, yeah, I doubt so, but like, I guess, yeah, this would be a little bit better. By the way, the backlight bleed in the screen seems a bit better than the last screen, or like at least different. I'm not sure if it would be better, but it's definitely different. It's more like a central line than like a, you know, like a X pattern. So I'm gonna try loading in again, and I'm gonna same settings like last time. 1.4 volts again, so no 1.45. Gonna do 7400. Now again, sometimes these ICs don't scale, so it could be very well that like I got a batch of ICs that can't do more than 1.4 volts. That's very possible. It's part of why sometimes like kits are worth more, or not worth more, but like should be valued as more, because like if their voltage scaling is better, then it's technically a better kit. Like if you can do 1.65 and train in and actually like get some performance scaling, then it's a better kit. Like, yeah, I mean, it is. Thus far though, I've not like observed anyone. Now I think like 1 or 2 people have said online but like their kits don't work well above like 1.4 volts or whatever. Neither here nor there. I mean, so this is failed. Okay, so failed again. I think 7400 is like the absolute limit. Like this is, I mean, I could try something else. I could try like some more timings, or it's clear safe mode. Okay, so at this point I'm thinking like, what could I do to get 7400 to train? I could try 1.5, but I doubt that would help. Let me just get a Windows at 7200 and see like if it's actually remotely stable. Let me just like test some timings too. I mean, if you could do like 72, you know, C34, that would be quite nice. So but I don't think 74 is happening, man. 74 seems like it's really hard to do. Like 74 almost trained that one time with these dimms the way they are now, but I'm wondering if that was like a fluke or something. I could try a Hail Mary. I could try this. I could try 7400, like, you know, C30, well, 36s and then like 35. Honestly, maybe this would work better. I'm curious. Curious if we couldn't like force it somehow. Just bring it out 24. Sneezing. 1.35 SA again. 1.45. 1.45. I'm just curious if we can get this to work. What am I saying, man? 7400 on my single rank required 1.5 volts for C34. Why on earth would this work at less than 1.55? That's a good point. What the hell am I thinking? This is so basic. Like, think about it. If I needed 1.5 volts for 74 C34 on the same motherboard, why the hell am I trying this? I mean, look, the ICs could be better, but odds are, if this trains at 1.5 volts, then this would be like way better bin than my other ICs. Like, I mean, this is already seems like they're better bins. I mean, my other ICs are pretty terrible, so there isn't much to compete with, but like, I'm just curious, man. See. Let us see. Let's give it a go. Honestly, I would rather not train than deal with reboot instability or like that weird retraining thing that I was dealing with on the Lost BIOS. But like 7200 is consistently trained every single time, which is a good sign. Even between swapping DIMMs, clearing CMOS, like 72 with 1.4 TX and like 1.4 volts seems to train every single time. Okay, that failed again. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I think 74 requires like... I just think maybe these sticks don't scale well. You know what, that's fine. I don't care too much. I'm good at that. I'm happy with that. I wanted to see, you know, if it could be done. It can't be done. It's all good. That's fine. That's completely fine. If it can't be done, it's all good. Okay, so 72 is where we're working with. I think 72 should be enough. I mean, it's your rank. Like, if we can get 72 working, it's all good. 74 is reaching. I think 76 is people getting the apex, and the apex is ridiculous. So I think this is as much as I could have hoped for. So I'm going to try and tighten timings first. I don't actually feel like... I'm just curious, man. Can I try this and see if this works? I'm just curious if it'll work, you know. Actually, wait. No, I'm not going to be stupid. We'll leave these auto for now. And I'll try tightening timings first. It's the first thing we'll do. We'll go C34. We're not going to get 32. Try good old 2080 RAS. We'll just try this. There is one thing we haven't tried. I'm just curious. The 7400 didn't train, right? It almost trained. What are the odds if I order these out, it'll work? Okay, let's give it a shot. Might as well try, right? Funny enough, I don't think my old 6 would even train 74 at like C36 at 1.4 volts. Nope. No dice. I'm just gonna need safe mode. There's no point fighting it. Okay, so that's not it. So 74 is not happening. Like, fully confirmed. That sucks. But, yeah. That's about the most we can try. There's not much else we can do. Perhaps a better IMC could do 74 deal rank. Probably. Definitely could be. I think dual rank is quite nice because I feel like single rank scuffs stability. Like sometimes a single rank, like you can train in like obscene settings and then still like be unstable. Well, dual rank, it's like if you guys have used D4 dual rank, like when I had the Strix D4, I tried 4100, 4200 for everything, all those dumb settings, you know, for my i7 that I had before. And you know, it wasn't happening. 4000's it. Like, you literally are not getting past 4000. Dual rank is just so hard to train that, like, if it can't do it, it can't do it, you know. unless your settings are on point or like, you know, somewhat in the right direction, you just ain't going anywhere, dude, with your rank. Like, it's just, there's no way. So let me try those adjustments I wanted to make last time. Just the first most basic one, just the cast and everything else. We have on dies back because I mean they're not affecting anything, so it's all good. I like them, they're quite useful. They help to like keep the voltage, like, I mean they help to like get you to a voltage where it's like, how do I describe this? Like, I found the on die terminations, like having them set, the voltage you end up with ends up being a very good voltage. Like, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. Like, any level of sense. In. Got it. Got it. Cool. Got it. Okay. Keep going. So I've noticed people are leaving this timing on 16. I'm wondering what exactly the reasoning for it is. I'm gonna do 14. For no apparent reason, just 14. So time to start tightening. So the first thing I want to try is a theory I had, and that is like different dimm. There's no different dimm, so technically this should work, right? This should work fine. So this is testing the different dimm theory, like the whole thing people saying online are like, you can't use different dimm 0 on like your. Now let's see. I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. Let's give it a go. Good, all good. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Next, let's try TRTP12 and TWR12 and see if that works. That may work. I think that'll work actually. Okay, let's go. Getting sussed by this. In. All good. So it was a tertiary. I wonder which one it was. I'm curious. Tertiaries are tricky, man. I don't know, like sometimes you want to like not tighten them. You just don't want to like bother, you know. But I'm curious. Let's see what we can do. Honestly, like, these two at 1.4 should be correct. And this is dual rank, so you might need 1.4 TX very well. I'm just curious. Let's just, for science, test it to see. If, I mean, 1-to-1 is good, dude. 1-to-1 VDD2 is good. It's good for one osmos. So I've always liked running them 1-to-1, like not the TX, I mean like the other one. TX 1-to-1 is whatever, it's a thing on this board, but not often on other boards. But I mean, it's all good. Just curious if this is gonna screw things up or not. No, correct values. So narrowed it down. The thing that screwed my training, even like for 6800, was all just tertiaries. So now some people that are going to come here are going to be like, well, you see, tertiaries are horrible, you shouldn't tune tertiaries. Well, I mean, double-edged sword, right? Like, okay, tertiaries are not nothing. Like, they are very useful. Like, they do things, like they practical performance benefits for DDR5. Like so tertiaries do help, but how do I put this, man? Like, if your tertiaries are too tight, like, you can have trading problems which waste your time. Uncertainty like happens, like if you just don't know if it's tertiaries or if it's something else, and then you waste your time again. Like, that's, you know, because maybe it is tertiary, maybe it's not, you just don't know. It's more testing, right? So it's more man hours to like get a config going. And then sometimes, you know, even if they train, you know, they might not be stable, and it's like, okay, well, the whole batch of timings here. Okay, so ignore DD, right? Besides DD, which we know we can zero out, because, or 0 or 1 out, like if you're on other boards don't allow 0, but on ACE we can do 0. 0 on DD is just nothing. This is a nothing timing, and it's nice to have it be 0 just to like make it look neat, you know. If you make these 0 or 1, I know you know DDR5. It's nice to like see it, because it means you know what you're doing. Because it means you understand it. You understand the technology. Like, if you like force auto here, it's like, why are you scared? Like, you know what's going on. Like, you understand ranks and what the timing is. Like, you know, it's a funny way to put it, but like, yeah. So if you order them out, it's like, why are you scared? You know, like, what are you scared of? I'm gonna try 6050, but I don't know if this will be the one that does it. This might be the final. This might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. We'll try 6050 like we used to use on single rank, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll have to go like 6452 or whatever. Or yeah, 6452. Let's see. And this is where tertiaries waste your time. It's like, which tertiary did it? Like, who done it? Like, which one is to blame for the calamity that was training beforehand? Like, and believe me, it was a calamity. Before I put the video on, guys, I was sitting here for like 10 minutes. Like, huh? 7,000's not training? Huh? Like, what? What is going on? Like, why? And, okay, so the TWRDs are not the culprit. So, we'll keep going. Now, okay, that looked weird. That, like, hit 99. I've never seen a 99 postcode for a second. It did train properly, though. This is very strange. Very, very strange. Okay, so next thing we'll try is we'll actually match TRAS to TCAS and TCWL. What I might do this, just because I think this might be a problem later on. I might do that, hey. I'll leave it for now. If we error out, I'll come back to this, but I might do that just now. Let's see what the tertiaries can do. So, okay, so first thing, we should just tighten up these. So let's just do 2020 here on TWRWR. Oh, sorry, TRDWR. 19 might work, but who cares? So 20 is the first step. Let's get 20 out of the way, so we know we can tighten it, you know. If 22 is needed, then whatever, but we'll see if 20 is fine. 20 is usually fine, so 19, I think 18 might be too low just because it's IMT strain, but I think 20 should be good. There should be no reason why 20 would fail this. N. Cool. Good. Just need a rough like layout of what works and what doesn't work, you know. Once we get trained in fully, we can start testing one osmos and seeing how it goes. So 2020 is good. We'll save this. This is what I did when I started D5 tuning, by the way. Like, I'll just go one by one, just test each timing and see what fails and what doesn't fail. I want to see if 7s work. They should work, but it's always good to check. And I want to see if 14 works. I think 14.7 might have been it, hey? Just check 7s real quick. This might not work. That sat on 79 for quite a while. Okay, that trained. So I think 7s are good. Okay, next step will be 14. I'll just double it, it's all good. 14.7 should be fine. 14. Oh, 1. 14.7s. Now, typically on DDR5 single rank, it's very important to try and get your different group timings as low as possible. But the fact that we have extra ranks means we'll be hitting different group and different rank timings a lot more often. So I'm almost inclined to set these to 8, just to avoid like unnecessary IMC strain, because that might be the case, but for now we'll leave it. But I'm thinking it might be a good idea. But we'll first try this. So I'm curious now. Now that we have like the recipe, like, you know, set, like the batter set, the foundation, so to speak, for baking a cake right now with DDR5 tuning. Hypothetically speaking, each different rank timing should be lower than the different group timing. Hypothetically speaking. So TRDR should be like at least 8 or 7. So we can try this. We can see if we do 8-8. Right? And we can try the same for TWR, different rank. So where is that? So that would be over. So that's TWR. Okay, this one. So different group or different rank. We'll try keep all the different rank and different group timings at 8 on these two. RD, WR. Let's see if it works. I'm curious. This might not work. See if it works. It's training. Failed. Okay. Not gonna happen. So, not gonna happen. Interesting. It seems like different group is actually easier to hit, guys, than different rank. That's gonna safe mode. Yeah, that's gonna safe mode this. Wow. Okay. So no way. No shot. No shot. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. So let's try and do like maybe 10-10 or like, yeah, I'll say maybe 8 on the different groups and then maybe 10 on different rank or something. Could work, potentially. Maybe 11 or something. I'm inclined to even like just say auto. Different rank timings, maybe. Because you're still getting inherent benefits, like don't get me wrong. I mean, if you look at some of them, especially like WRRD is huge. Like, if you hit it, dude, think about this, like, it's actually insane. Like, the calculation shouldn't work the same, but like, if you think about it, the different rank and order of WRRD is so low that if you minus TCL or subtract TCL and 6 from that value, you get like a negative TWRL, TWRS, like, which is insane. So I'm curious, like, maybe we'll do like 8 just to keep it, you know, lighter, and then I'm just curious, like, to see what it trains to again, just make sure it trains properly. Did I just... Okay, no, I know what I did. I've got, so it's 1:45 right now. It's 13:45. I have till 4 o'clock with you guys. I'm gonna go gym because we have power outage. No point staying here, unless I want to save money on Uber fees. But yeah, so I'm gonna depart you guys at like 3:30ish. So I got like an hour and 45 minutes left with you guys, like, to tune, and see what we can do. But I'm getting to a point where I would like to get into Windows and start doing one Osmus just to see where it goes. VST, I'm not worried about. This board's really good at VST in like 7,200, man. It's like whatever. Yeah, IMC stress is different because it's like your rank now, but it's all the same. I mean, it's like whatever. Let's just look at this real quick. I'm curious. SPD time, guys. If you guys have never seen dual rank SPDs, so we've still got 4800 JDEC ADI ICs. Rich Tech PMIC. This was created in the 6th week of this year. So these sticks got manufactured. Bro, these sticks got manufactured in the 6th week of 2023. That's like a week ago, man. Bro, these sticks are fresh, bro. Dude, these sticks are off the batch, bro. They're off the production line, bro. G-Skill were like, they made these sticks, shipped them out to Wheatware, and they're in my hands right now, bro. Like, these sticks got made a week ago, my boy. Like, what? That's insane, bro. That's actually crazy. Yeah, because, like, January 1st... Okay, because remember, it's weeks in the year. So, the year starts on January 1st. January 1st to 7th is 1 week. 14th, 20th is the next week. Yeah, because it's 1 plus 6 is 7. So, 8 plus... Wait, yeah. So, 8 plus 6 is 14. I'm getting confused. Yeah, what am I saying? There. Yeah, 1 plus 6, so... The first to the... Wait, 1, 2... Yeah, 7 days. The next 7 days be the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Yeah, 14th. Then... Yeah, so then 21, 28 Jan... 3 more days, February, 6 week. Yeah, 6 week is last week. They had to have been made last week. Like, there's no way. Like, these sticks literally got produced last week. That's crazy. Like, check myself. I'm going crazy there for a second. No, like, no, legit. Like, these sticks are made last week. Like, it's correct. I'm right. That's crazy. Like, I don't know how that's possible. Like, how did they get to me? Like, so quickly. So man, this should be like mature 8i, right? This should be like some nice like ICs, you know, like Hynix just got done making them. Like these are like some, you know, brand new fresh 8i, like not that old garbage ICs that were made like in August of last year, you know, and like the worst ones, right, that they gave. Because as far as I know, the 6800 XMP kits are out yet. So right now the best kit you can buy is 64. This is the next best kit, so I'm assuming this is like really good quality, actually. Okay, but anyway, let me get back to business. So TRDWR, different rank. So if you look at our different group, it's 20. I'm just curious, man, and just see if it hits 20. I'm actually no, let me not make that mistake. 22. I'm fighting for ticks here, man. That's crazy. Look, one training sequence takes like 15 seconds. Really, this is not the end of the world, guys. Like, tweaking tertiaries is not the end of the world. Like, typically what you do is, you get the last one that trains, and then you got like 1 tick or 2 ticks, just to make sure it's gonna run a mem test, right? But typically speaking, if tertiaries are bad, they won't even train. At least what I found. Let's go 10. Let's see if 10 works on this one. Eight wasn't having it, but let's see 10. Let's see 10. We can just stick to an arbitrary rule, like every tertiary except for the WRRD is like 2 ticks above the different group, right? In. We got it. We got it. Cool. So 8 ain't having it, but 10 might have it. Never mind. It's stuck on 31. So we're doing 12 or 14, which means we're doing 12 or auto. I'm gonna deduce though, like it seems like every different rank besides the WRD is harder to run than the different group, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why that is. I can't explain to you guys. Like, if you ask me why, I don't know. I don't have a reason. I actually have no technical reason. I don't know why that would be. It might as well be coincidence. I don't know. I have no idea. I am kind of salty, man. I wish these were silver. Like, I bought... So this is now the 4th G-Skill kit I've bought from Wootware. Brand new. Brand new. Every single one. So I bought the... On launch, I got an RGB one, and then I got a 6000 kit because my RGB kit was like faulty. It couldn't train XMP, so they gave me a new kit. I got a 6000 one though. They allowed me to have, like, because it was in stock. And then I got the 8i kit. I had the first one, and then I had this kit now. So this is my 4th G-Skill kit, all brand new from Wootware, and not a single one has been silver. And the silver ones are my favorite RAM 6 of all time. Like, what the hell, dude? How is that even fair? That's not fair. And it's like not even by choice, dude. Like every single freaking time I want to buy one, it's like they just never had the silver one in stock in the flavor of the like the XP or whatever. Or the other converse is like, let's say the silver one is like out of stock or something. Yeah, because like the last time I was gonna buy the 6400 kit, the silver one is $200 more. Plus there was no A die in it. It was M die. Like what the hell, man? Like you got to be kidding me, man. Like it's literally like I'm not allowed to have the silver one. Like I can't have it. Like. I'm like forbidden, dude. It's crazy. So I'll try this at 20. I'll try this at 12. I'll go WR12. And I'm gonna say WRRD different rank. Like 10. Watch the magician and stuff. Like it's gonna train. Watch it train. Watch it train right there. Every single one adjusted. I don't care. No F's given. Let me show you guys something real quick. That's so cool. That's an LED screen for sure. There has to be. That has to be LED. You know, what am I saying? Obviously, it's a screen. Like what? Like no duh. What else would it be? But pretty cool, right? So we trained. We got it. We're in. Okay, we're good. So I'm gonna save real quick, and just to check the final settings, guys, I'm going to show you. So we're at 34, 42, 14, 42, 34, dual rank, right? 14, 20, 20, 14, 60, 50, 12, 0, 12, 20, 0, 12, 0, 10. Or slightly tightened. These two can't go less than 12, I don't think, at least. This might go less than 12, but I don't care. I match it with the RDRD. 20, I'm not going to gamble on going 18. It's matching the different group timing and the same group timing. Actually, honestly, 20 all the time works. This is 10, and this is 50. But well, I don't know. It works, man. Like whatever. You saw the stock value was like 12 or 14 or something. 16, I think, maybe. Or it was like something. I don't know, man. Forgot. But anyway, Maximus tweak auto. We'll go mode 1 just because mode 1 is easier, typically speaking. I'm going to see if it trains properly. Mode 1 should be easier to stabilize from what I've checked online from guys. Bienbao says that the modes are like just different. Like they're different methods of training. But I think I'm going to stick with mode 1. Because someone I met from Australia on OCN said mode 2 can't even like train on his config. He's like, it's way worse, it's way harder to do. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe mode 2 has been the curse the entire time. So I'm gonna stick to mode 1 and just, you know, keep it safe a bit. And that does train, obviously. Hits 99, whatever 99 means. And let's see if it gets the Windows. Big tell. This is my first time going to Windows with dual rank with the high speed. The last time I was in Windows with this config was with 6000 XMP. So this is my first time with a high speed in Windows on dual rank, and let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm in. I thought it was gonna crash on me there for a second. Open up HWinfo. I know it's not called that, but I make a joke. Anyway. I'll leave that in performance mode, it's all good. MSR Afterburner works, everything works. Nothing seems broken thus far. Yeah, so TX is 1.4. The DRAM voltages are all 1.4. VPP and, you know, VCC in a 1.9. Honestly, I might as well do 1.8. Just because the voltage is so damn low. So I'm gonna actually go back to BIOS and I'm gonna set them. This would be a good time to like test as well the reboot instability, like the training. Is it gonna train again, etc. It should train again, like I said. When you have all 4 of those rails matched up, it's like perfect balancing. And this should train fine. I've been joking, but like I think this is like this and the Extreme. Well, not the Extreme per se, but like the Hero itself. This is like a slightly different topology than the Extreme and the Apex have. But this board seems to like, you know, it's not optimized for high voltages, guys. Like, this board is not a voltage king. It's not like a board where like the Dark or whatever, the Apex, where like you can just scale whatever you want. You could type in 1.75 trillion VDD2, it's gonna train. Now this board is more like 1.4 XMP voltages and then 1.4 on these two, and then it matches and it's all good and happy. That's what you're looking at, guys. It's not gonna be like an Apex experience. So we're doing 1.5s on the switching frequencies again. Same thing as always. We dropped VVP to 1.8 now because honestly, like, we have such low DRAM voltages, there's no point going higher than 1.8. Same with in, might as well do 1.8. There's no real reason. 1.3 TX or 1.4 TX, 1.3 SA are not that high. They're not low, but not that high. And there is like a slight penalty in terms of heat with having a higher fiber rail. Not much, but a little bit. We could maybe do 1.9 just to keep it better. But honestly, I think 1.8 is fine. I think the belief is a delta of 400 millivolts. So we're satisfying the 400 millivolt delta. Now this is 1.8 volts. So let me just make sure I've typed in the right place, obviously. So input voltage 1.8, VPP 1.8. So just make sure whenever you're doing the 1.8 plus volt rails for DDR5 in the motherboard, like, make sure, or the CPU fiber, make sure to double check, because if you type the fiber voltage into like SA or something, you could kill Uncore right there with the oxide breakdown. So please, if you're gonna adjust fiber and VPP, just make sure to like double check when you're about to reboot. Because like, if you put like 1.8 into like VDD or VDDQ, you maybe will kill IC, maybe, because like, it is quite a lot of voltage, especially at the high temps. If you're not sub-ambient, you're good, but like, not sub-ambient, and 1.8 on DRAM probably will kill your ICs. If you're at like 40 degrees or whatever. With the VCC in, same thing. If you're like type in 1.8 volts at SA or something, then you're probably in for a bad time. If you type in 1.8 as VDD2, if it does train, even if it doesn't train, it's still trying, so it's gonna potentially damage a PHY. So you want to make sure whenever you're messing with the high voltage rails, like, you want to keep them, or you want to make sure you're like double checking them just to make sure you type in the correct place. It might sound like some noob advice, but it's better to be safe than sorry, guys, as I always say. Like, would you rather have like, checks and balances even though you feel like you're a noob, or would you have like a, dead memory stick, a dead CPU, whatever? Like, it's not worth the risk. So 1.4, 1.4, 1.8 here, 1.8, 1.3, set correctly, it's all good. So let's open up mem tweak it real quick just to make sure everything's set. It probably did, but always gonna check, and then we'll try and test a bit. Here we go. So funny enough, we're at mode 133. Not quite sure why. It may or may not help. 34, 42, 42. Maybe 7466 might work in that regard, because of mode 133, but we'll see. 8 4s, 480, 135 6. This is 12, by the way. This is not reading correctly. 16 4, 14 8, 14 8. We have 60 50 on the WRRDs. Same group, different group. WRRD different rank is 10. WRWR different rank, and RDRD different rank are 12, compared to 8 on the different group timings. So for some reason, these timings, you can't train as low as the different group timing, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, RDWR is 20, matching the regular tertiaries that you would usually use. So yeah, this is BIOS 0008. It's a pretty gangster looking BIOS name. Hope that means I'll get some extra stability, just because it's cool. Yeah, one Osmus, here we go. Oh, by the way, let me just do this real quick. I'm sorry, guys, but there is no chance on earth I am testing 20 cycles of one Osmus with 100% coverage of 64 gigs of RAM. Like, I am not doing that, dude. There's no way, bro. You guys know how long that would take? That would take 2 hours and 40 minutes, dude. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Like, not a chance, bro. Miss me with that. I might do like One Optimus 15 cycles, maybe. Oh, I'm not going to do it now anyway, because I have to go, but like... I'll just try 10 for now and see if it works. 10 will be like an hour and a half, more or less. Insta errors or not? No, it's not erroring immediately. That's a good sign. Okay, there's one. So 2 errors, and that's test 6. So test 6, 2 errors means it's either VDD2 or something, but what that actually means is timings or voltage. No problem. We have headroom. Like I said, guys, 1.45 is still pretty calm, so we'll try 1.45 volts now on the DRAM and see if it helps the erroring reduce a little bit. But like 1.45 is still very low, guys. Like it's nothing to really worry about. 1.45, 1.45. We don't need a bump in DP either. It's all good. Should be perfectly fine. I'm curious if like 1.35s might not be better here. I'm just like, let's see what happens. I'm just curious. There's a good chance I might have to back off the 7000 at the same timings, just because, like I said, not matching VDD2 and the IMC timing or the IMC voltages, like not having them matched kind of makes things a little bit scuffed sometimes. It might be the case that I should just do 7000. Honestly, I wasn't expecting more, guys. Dude, the fact that I'm at 72 right now, not insta erroring or not insta crashing Windows with these timings is actually like, guys, I'm very surprised. Like, I really am surprised. I was not expecting dual rank 72. I really wasn't, dude. I was expecting like 68, man. I was last night checking the QVL, and I was like, man, if I can even get like 1.4 volts, 68, you know, that's XMP voltage at like the max QVL frequency that's currently on the board's page. I was thinking, man, that would be amazing. Because even that's still value. It's still 800 mega transfers of free, just, you know, free performance. On an XMP kit doesn't exist right now. So, I mean, I don't know if the screeners are like lacking or what's going on. No disrespect, but that kit shouldn't be too hard to create, man. Because I mean, like I'm showing you guys right now, we're not 6800, man. We're at 7200. I'm just checking to see if I haven't like corrupt the drivers. No, I haven't, so everything's good. Let me show you guys actually real quick. Okay, there we go. That's a blue screen. So I'm wondering, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, so if you guys want to know what that was the result of reducing VDD and VDDQ on the CPU side. So what they would call CPU VDDQ and CPU VDD2, those are what just caused the exception on the invalid stack, not the DRAM voltage increasing. A voltage increase will not cause a blue screen. Typically, sometimes yes, but that would require a lot of distortion. Luckily though, we hit it mid-OS operation, not on boot up, because on boot up, if you hit a blue screen very close to booting up, you could corrupt the GPU drivers, and then you have to do all your settings again, and then you have to, like, you know, it's very annoying. I would rather hit that, you know, mid-OS operation, so I'm good. I'm gonna reload the profile. So you see it all back to 1.4, but I'm going to go 1.45 obviously. And as you can see, back to 1.4 on those two voltages, because yeah, I wasn't having it. 1.35 is when I'm working. So I wonder if the exception on valid stack was due to VDD2 lack of signaling, or was it due to TX? Either one. I'm leaning towards TX, because I think a VDD2 blue screen would be more like K mode exception, or like maybe driver IRQL, or like IRQL not less or equal, or page file, or something like that. K mode exception on invalid stack. That one we just had was more like a TX one, I would say. I came across someone online saying they need like a ton of TX for dual rank, so quite interesting. Now, the OS has not corrupted as of yet, so I mean, look, you could do a like repair ritual real quick, but honestly, we don't really need it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, the odds of any files really being corrupted is quite low. We could leave this till, like, you know, later down the line. I don't really feel the need to do it right now. Plus, I don't want to waste you guys' time as well, because I mean, this video is going to be long, so there's no point, like, you know, repairing the OS real quick. There's no reason. It's not going to cause any issues, man. So yeah, should be fine. Something didn't load. No, we're good, we're good. Just want to check control panel real quick, just make sure it actually is fine. Yeah, we're good, we're good. So nothing resets here, we're all good. That's happy days. So we can try, I'm going to load up a app again, there we go. So now we have 1.4 TX, 1.4 VD2 back. Now we can load apps, now we're good. Before that, like I said, we weren't even loading you know, Edge, we were just in OS and immediately crashed. So I'm going to go to support. I'm going to try and do Z790 Hero support. But sometimes the site bugs out, so this hopefully should take us there to the place you want to be. Okay, we also, I'm going to say stay, and I'm just going to go to CPU support, memory support. Okay, now we're going to show size. We're going to say 2x32. I'm going to search, and as you can see, guys, we have, oh no, that's not correct. No. 78 is definitely not possible. It's not going to happen. Yeah, it reset. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So this kit over here is the current best kit. This is the next best kit, and then this is the kit I have somewhere here. 32, this one. No. This one. I have this one. You get this one too, you get this one. So apparently this is the best one they can XMP you. No, this doesn't exist, by the way. If I Google this, can we buy it? I don't think we can. We can buy it. No, 2x16 cucked. Okay, cool. So we got baited by Amazon. Good job, Amazon. It's over here, but not released yet. Now, sometimes G-Skill actually don't even... No, not even. Not even. It's on the site, though. I've seen it before, so whatever. But anyway, let me clean up some files real quick, because it's going to annoy me. Dump stack. Don't like dump stack. Screw you, dump stack. Anyway, just clean up system files. Okay, I'm going to go to my benchmarks and RAM overclocks, and I'm going to go RAM OCs. 790 Hero, this CPU. I'm going to find the kit. So the kit was not this one. It was, if we go back a bit, go to our browser history. This one. No, this one. Anyway, 2x32. So we have this, no, this one. So we have the black kit. So we have, oh, interesting. So apparently, according to the site, it says that the silver ones, oh, this is Ripjaw's. This is Ripjaw's. Weird. This is my kit right here, the black version. This is my exact kit right here. I have F5, 6000, 32, 38, 38. The K version. Yeah, this is my kit. So K means the black, by the way. G-skill term, not the G-skill conventions. So I'm gonna say unstable progress, because we're probably not gonna finish this today or now. We're gonna go mode 1, Maximus Tweak mode 1, because I delineate these now. Actually, I'm not gonna even try mode 2, so I think we can just leave it. If mode 1's easier, I'm not gonna try mode 2. There's no point. Why would you do mode 2 if it's gonna be hard on the IMC? We are quite warm right now. 38 degrees on the RAM sticks. So we'll just try one Osmus real quick. Blue screen, okay. So I'm wondering if the voltage is too high or what it is. 1.4 might be fine actually then, in that case. We could try something else. There's something else we could try. We could give a shot, you know. We could try this. Could try. .44s, sometimes with a key. 42 is a bit too low. I just want to get it running like a 1 Osmus for like 5 minutes or something, just so it's like progressing. Like I said, I'm not gonna stabilize it right now on camera. There's no point. Plus, not enough time. So, but yeah, I'll just try and get it a little bit progressed, enough just to show it's running. I'm actually glad to be able to avoid a situation where I have to run like 1.45 volts. Hopefully, if I can, I'd like to try and run 1.4. I think 1.4 would be quite nice. It did make a dump stack, funny enough. So that was like, it blue screen too quickly to make a dump stack. Like you don't wanna allow this to like go super often. I think we'll have to reset date and time as well, because right now date and time isn't correct. Actually, I noticed. Error. Okay. I'm willing to try CAS 36 because I'm not too concerned about like CAS 34. I would just like to get 7200 at this data rate. Like, it'd be cool to do that. Now, something I could try, guys. It would be annoying, but I could try swapping the dimms again and seeing if we get further in the test. But like I said before, the fact that 74 came so close to training with the dimms like this makes me think that it'd be a waste of time. So I'm just gonna see if we can't just get this running as is, because right now it's training consistently. I haven't hit a single training failure yet that hasn't been due to like a timing or something, you know. The only training failures I've seen thus far are like proper code 55s, you know, like just, you know, data rate too high or whatever, or cache too low or whatever, or like timing too low or something, you know. I haven't seen any of those weird buggy ones I was seeing recently, you know, with like these weird, you know, mistrains which didn't make any freaking conceivable sense. Something I want to check though for science is this. I'll show you guys in a second. I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'm going to go to and by the way, we are currently, like I said, I don't care if it's 36 or 34. I don't give a shit, like whatever. 36, 44, 16, 44, 36. If this runs, happy days. I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'm just going to go into OCN. I want to show you guys, is it bugging? Is it bugging real quick? It's working. There we go. So I want to see if in here. Nice job. Anyway, here we go. Something about event viewer. It's Z690, sorry. I want to check 790. This isn't posted. Nice. It's a good sign. The guy was saying event view errors. Let me check real quick. Event viewer. So I want to see. I'm just going to see if I'm getting errors or not. Windows logs. So we are getting this bug. So actually it's a pretty benign tumor. Just EC bugging out a little bit. Do we need EC? Not particularly, honestly. I mean, the VRM is running at 40 degrees, guys. We don't really need to see it. So honestly, I almost want to say that we can disable ECC, because we don't really need these readings, I'm honest with you. Like, the power reading over here should be correct now, because I synced up ACDC load line with VRM load line, and I enabled SVID, so obviously it should be reading correctly now. So actually we'll just ditch it, if I'm honest. Please don't crash. Okay, still test 6, 2 errors. Okay, it's not having it. I think maybe this might be a bit too aggressive. I think maybe 7,000 might be it. It could be the case, or it could be like a tertiary or something. So I want to see. It's not DD2, it's not TX. That's the benefit of having them matched, is it's none of those. They're all matched. It has to be either tertiary, or it has to be like the primary, I don't know, something like that. So I think I'm gonna try something funny. I'm gonna try something funny here, guys. I'm gonna try I'm gonna try something funny. Give me a second. I have an idea. I actually have an idea. I'm gonna try something. I'll leave those conservative for now, but I'm gonna try something funny. I'm gonna say, make this like 12, make this 14, make this 14. See, honestly, someone had a guide about like 1 Osmus errors, and be real with you guys, I don't know, the guide's a bit useless, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a bit pointless. Like, some of the pointers are like, oh, increase DDQ and stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm sure that'll work. Like, so the problem is, like, D5 is never so black and white, is it? Okay, that view screen. Okay, so it wasn't that either. I'm wondering. Yeah, I think I know what to do. I think I know what to do. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm gonna drop cast a little bit. Gonna do this. Hold on. 34, 44, 34, 14. That. Actually, that should be fine. Honestly, fuck it. Like, it'll do 42. Man, what am I doing? 42, 34. Okay, that should be fine. 24, 6. Didn't I say I was gonna do that last time? I think I did. This had no improvements. I'm actually just gonna drop them back down. 10, 12, 12, 8, 8, 20, 12, 12, 10. Okay. Might do like 16 TWR as well, to be honest. Maybe even 24. Just to like rule out completely. Just make sure it's not the problem. Rule it out completely. Something I want to do actually. Let's see. Let's hope this works. We hope this works, guys. I really want this to work. Please work. Crashed a whole bunch now by this point, bro. I think by now, guys, we're almost at the point where we should probably clear and redo some OS stuff. Clean up system files. Yeah. Damn it. Oh. Still hitting it, man. Gosh darn it, man. That's so annoying. That's so annoying, man. I keep hitting test 6. I think the problem is DRAM VDD. I think the issue is that we're not getting scaling and we need more. And that's the problem. So I'm going to see if 7000 automatically fixes it. I'm just curious. Can drop some timings, obviously, so we'll drop to 42 and then we'll do, yeah, that should be fine. Do 4, 16, 12, shouldn't matter now. Damn it. Drop my bottle cap. the problem getting like initial max OC is you need like a stepping stone. So maybe 7,000 is that for us. I hope it will be. Like I said again, like 7,000 anyway was like better than I would have hoped for. Like I'd be very pleased with 7,000. With these kinds of timings, like I'd be very pleased. Past test 6, so I think the problem was DRAM VDD. We need more for 72, C30, C34 and 36, but the problem is like, I just think that the scaling on these ICs is not good enough. I think that 7,000 might be it, hey? 7,000 might very well be it. And you know what? That's okay. 7,000 C34 dual rank is not too bad. That's about what you would want. Now again, I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. It errored once, so this is still not stable. But we're getting further, so I think I might cut off the video here because it's pretty much as I'm going to do on video. So yeah, apparently dual rank, is it terribly hard to run? Kinda. I mean, it's just different. I mean, like some of these timings, I'm gonna try these first, just drop them up, like just loosen up it first, and then I will look at like other stuff. But I think 7,000 is what I'm gonna go for. I just want to see just one last time if I just loosen up some stuff. I can always retest, but like getting the first thing stable is like important. So I don't think we'll need 44 though. I just feel like it's not likely, right? Might need T4 to be increased a bit. I think these will just tank, to be honest. 16 back to default. 14, 14, 16, 20, 64, 52, 64, 52. I wonder, could I do 32? This will have to come down, or right legs will have to come down. 32, 62, 50. trained. Wow, okay. This might be a bit too tight, guys. This really might crash. Little bit worried it's gonna crash immediately. Sometimes reducing timings is actually better, as weird as that might sound. If you're wondering what the logic behind that was. Looser is not always better with DDR5, guys. It's not always better. It really depends. Let's see if I can open this up while running without crashing. $32, $40, $40, $10. So I'll loosen these up a bit, like this and this and this again. We made it further, so 7000 C32 might be in the right direction. Actually, might be a step in the right direction, to be honest. I think I'm gonna leave these different rank timings, this like at these values right now. Like 16 that it trained in at, honestly, it's fine. I don't think 10 would work, to be honest, with stability. Or like for long-term stability. I don't think that 14 versus 12 is worth the risk, guys. I think 14 that it trained at is good enough to where doing 12 and then risking errors later on in tests is kind of stupid. 20 on this, just honestly, guys, look at this. TR, DWR, same group, different group. Like, dude, this timing is just like permanently 20. Like, it doesn't care. So I think this timing can always be matched more or less. Like, I'm just gonna deduce it can more than likely just be matched all the time. You just match it and that's it. 6250, that's pretty standard timings, nothing crazy on these two values. These are very, very bog standard. 32 cache right, just matching CAS and TRAS. TCK4s usually fine. 16 is good at these kind of data rates, guys. Nothing at these data rates. 16 is okay, and you know 4 is that's the pairing of year. 4 times 4 is 16. This is fine at low data rates. At higher ones you maybe struggle, but you know, I think this is pretty much not the culprit. 480 TRFC is pretty okay. This is fine with fine group refresh, fine granularity refresh enabled. And you know, like this seems to be running pretty well, guys. Wow. Okay, so, so I've demonstrated on a video how reducing CAS and reducing TRCD and TRP actually increase stability. I love it, man. I love it. Because people always go like, oh, just increase the timings, dude. It's like, it's not that simple. Like, how did I fix, okay, we aired it 45 seconds. What did I fix it? It's 7,000. How did I fix it? How do we get now to like more than triple that time in one auspice? Okay, how did I do it? It was, I just reduced the tertiaries, or I increased them again. I loosened them up. Like, I loosened the tertiaries a bit. I dropped the cache right. I dropped the CAS. I dropped the TRCD. I'll drop our TRP. So all the main primaries got dropped by 2 ticks. Dropped CAS right, and then increased the tertiaries a bit. And now we're like sitting pretty, man. Like, what the hell? How about that? Like, how about that? Like, I haven't changed the voltages. 1.4 on the DRAM rails and 1.4, you know, VDD2, 1.4 TX, same thing. It never has. It's not changed. The only thing we've changed was some of those timings, right? That was it. I'll open up this app just to show you per bank refresh. Please don't kill my hubs. Oh, damn it, man. It killed the hubs, man. Damn it all. I hate when that happens, guys. I absolutely despise when that happens. It didn't even open, man. That's useless. There it opened. Oh, great stuff. Now we... Okay, well, whatever. So you can see what the voltages were in this remnant over here. This this fleeting light, this redshifted freaking like in space-time, like the voltages are like disappearing in the distance, but we have like a little remnant of them, and that is this PMIC reading of the year. As you can see, it's 1.4. So yeah, and then per bank is 420. Nice. And yeah, so I'll run this for like however long. I think the video is pretty much done, guys. I think that's good enough, right? What do you guys think? I demonstrated reducing primaries, increasing stability, demonstrated troubleshooting, and yeah, one must miss is the real deal. So just to zoom in real quick, last shot, so you can see it's one osmos. It's real one osmos, default, you know, coverage and everything. And these are the timings, and the voltages were 1.4s. You know, obviously you can see that 1.4 TX, 1.4 IMC VDD are matching it, but whatever. So yeah, that's what this was, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is interesting, learning experience. But yeah, I'll check you guys in a different video. Goodbye for now.